so good. My last table buried me.
They did what?
They buried me. They left me a lousy tip.
Do all the servers here use that term?
Just the ones who wait on him. Are you guys ready to order?
Do you want to do pizza?
That's fine.
Large sausage and mushroom pizza.
All right.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Let's get this whole hypochondriac time over with.
I'm a germaphobe, not a hypochondriac. I'm surprised you're doing this so easily.
I've realized that no matter how many times I tell you no, you trick me into sanitizing my hands, so I'm just going right to yes.
Okay, I've got Tutti Frutti, Spring Meadows, or Lavender scents.
Just put some of that slime on my hands so we can move on.
Okay, Tutti Frutti it is. You know, you may be boyfriend material after all. I don't know for me, but for somebody.
What happened to that big bottle of sanitizer you usually carry around? Don't tell me it finally ran out.
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot, or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
You know, I discovered something new in my dating life.
What's that?
I find now that I'm attracted to very feminine women.
It's funny that you should say that because I become more attracted to masculine men.
What's happening to us?
Let me tell you about a date I went on recently. The guy shows up in Crocs.
He's wearing Crocs.
Yeah, and as I looked at him, I thought, what is with you? And then I thought, maybe the guy dresses for comfort and isn't trying to make a fashion statement.
Then what happened?
What do you mean?
Well, something else must have happened. Otherwise, you wouldn't be telling me this story.
Well, we are ordering, and the guy orders a soy burger.
A soy burger?
Yes, a soy burger. And as I look across the table, all I could think was that his estrogen levels are probably higher than mine.
Now, how long does all this take?
A few minutes.
Now, he has no chance at this point, right?
None whatsoever. In fact, all I could think was that I had to get the date over as soon as possible before our menstrual cycle synced up.
Did the date end quickly?
No, he was really gabby and kept prolonging it.
I'll bet that didn't sit well with you.
I was so close to just bitch slapping him right there and walking out.
Your date makes my last date seem successful.
What happened on your last date?
Well, we meet at the restaurant. I find out she has a large tattoo.
Not another person with one on the forehead.
No, I'm not sure if that would have been better or worse.
Where'd she have it?
Her whole right arm was covered.
So she has a sleeve.
She has a sleeve.
Well, was it pretty at least?
No, it was masculine.
It was masculine. Let me guess, a battleship.
Very funny. No, it had a large skull and a spider web and some other things I'm trying to forget.
So you still went through with the date, right?
Of course. But as we were sitting there, I began to think, she's a beefy gal.
And you didn't think this before?
No, from her pictures I thought she was full-figured but attractive.
But now beefy.
And now beefy.
Because of the tattoo.
Because of the tattoo. And now she's no longer curvy, she's beefy.
And that's no good.
And that's no good. And then I begin to think even more.
You shouldn't overthink things.
That's why I'm single.
So tell me, now what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, I wonder if I could take her in a fight.
Really? That's what you were thinking?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, tell me, would you win?
I wasn't sure, and that ruined any chance for a second date for me.
Do you think that she wanted a second date?
I think she thought she could kick my butt and wasn't interested in another date.
Your date still sounded better than mine.
Neither of us wanted our dates.
You ain't lying.
You know, I find that I've become very attracted to women with a high voice.
How high?
What am I, a sound engineer?
I just mean how high.
I don't know what to tell you.
Give me an example of a voice that you find attractive.
Betty Boop.
Really? Betty Boop?
What?
Doesn't she have a high, squeaky voice?
No good?
Do you think Betty Boop is attractive?
Her voice makes her more attractive.
Are you attracted to Betty more than just her voice?
I hate it when I'm attracted to animated women.
You should be. That's creepy.
When we were kids, I remember someone had a huge crush on Fred Flintstone.
Okay, it's only a little creepy.
You know, I can't remember the last time I went on a date and a woman wore a dress.
Women don't wear dresses much anymore.
How often do you wear a dress?
Mostly just for special occasions. How often do you wear a suit?
For funerals and weddings. But I would do it if the woman would wear a dress.
I'm curious, what is the strangest reason you stopped seeing a woman?
Are you talking about a personality trait or an appearance issue?
Let's go with an appearance issue.
Do you remember Tina?
Yeah, you went out with her about a year ago, right?
Yep. I stopped seeing her because she had no ankles.
What do you mean she didn't have ankles?
She had these thick calves that went right down into her meaty feet, and it looked like she didn't have ankles.
And that bothered you?
Not at first, but I thought it over. Then it bothered me. What's the worst reason you dumped a guy?
Do you remember Eddie?
Eddie? Yeah, you've been out with him like for 2 years. I thought you were going to marry him. Why did you dump him?
He was a terrible gifter.
Please explain.
He gave me terrible gifts. It's just that simple.
Give me an example.
On our first anniversary of going out, he gave me a can opener.
And that was a deal breaker?
I was just so hurt that he gave me something so impersonal.
Huh?
Do not judge me. She has no ankles.
No, I just didn't realize that was a deal breaker.
Neither did he.
What did he get you on your second anniversary?
I really don't want to say.
I told you about Miss No Ankles.
A fire extinguisher.
Oh, you were totally justified in dumping him.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Tell me about the personality trait that caused you to break up with a woman.
Well, I was on this second or third date, and things were going slowly but good. And right after dinner, she lets out this loud burp that would have made Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds proud.
Was it loud?
The next day, I made an appointment with an audiologist.
You broke up with her just because of her loud burp?
No. If you would let me continue.
Okay, continue.
After she burps, she laughs to herself and says, I guess I should say excuse me. Like there could be any doubt that she should say excuse me.
Were you upset because she burped loud, she laughed at it, or she didn't excuse herself?
Yes.
So you had a problem with it all.
Had a problem with it all.
Why?
You know, I expect my date to be ladylike. I mean, she doesn't have to have tea with her pinky out, but I don't want to hear the sounds of a longshoreman while we're having dinner.
Did you start overthinking things then?
You better believe it.
How did the date end?
I put the money down for dinner as soon as the server put the check on the table, and I wished her a good night.
Were you afraid you couldn't take her in a fight?
Yeah, but that's why I left early.
Why then?
I was afraid she put her hand across the table and asked me to pull her finger.
How was everything?
Everything was okay.
Was something wrong?
There wasn't enough pepperoni on the pizza.
That was the perfect amount of pepperoni on that pizza.
How would you know?
I made it.
Haven't you ever heard that the customer is always right?
In my restaurant, Vincenzo's always right.
I don't think you know if there was the perfect amount of pepperoni on my pizza.
I am a master pizza maker. I am like Michelangelo.
That statement is a little ridiculous.
That's it. Your pizza privilege has just been revoked.
It's fine with me. From now on, I go to Tao's up the street.
Wait. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.